Hello everyone, welcome to my first Pokemon Nuzlocke challenge on Pokemon Sword. Here are the rules to my Nuzlocke. They're very similar to the traditional rules, the first being, if a Pokemon dies, they're gone forever. The second one is you're only allowed to catch the first Pokemon per route. The third being no wild area catches. The fourth, no item is a battle. The fifth, the duplicate shiny claws. And then the sixth is the traditional nickname. Starting here with a Squirrelix that I ran into. The very first part of this game, as we all know, you can't catch anything. It's a lot of cutscenes. So I've skipped to the part where you can actually start catching Pokemon. It takes about an hour to get to this stage, which is pretty crazy. I catch a Squirrelix, and I name him Cheeks. Then I go to the wild area and start leveling him up. You may wonder why I only have one Pokemon on my team, and it's because this save file that I started playing on, I originally used it to download a event Pokemon, which took about an hour of playing to get to that point in the game. So when I rebooted it a year later, I'd forgotten actually you're exposed to multiple routes in the game. So that's why I only have one right now. It's a little later in this video I realized I can go back and catch a second Pokemon. But for now I'm leveling off some Bumblebees. Doing pretty well. And then I get this bright idea, what if Wingulls give more experience? You know? He hits me with a water gun, and I realize, oh, this is too much. I need to get out of here. He's a little faster than me, though, so his move goes up before mine. I try to run, and that's the end of my run. Well, it would have been, except I'm not going to restart the whole game just to go for another hour of cutscenes and all that. So I went back to the route that I caught Squirrelix on, and just caught another one. Yeah. So this is Cheeks number 2. He's pretty cute. He's a little bit weaker than Cheeks number 1, so I had to level him up. I safely leveled up on Nickits. Got him up to a little bit stronger than Cheeks version 1.0 was. Yeah, these Nickits just really they weren't much of a threat, which is nice. Not like those deadly Wingulls. Alright, so now that I got him back up to a higher level, went back to the wild area, and this time I avoided the Wingulls. I stuck to the Bumblebees. And I wish I would have known there's a better way to grind than this. There probably is still a better way that I still don't know. I started experimenting because I get bored of just killing Bumblebees. And an interesting thing about Pokemon Sword that I noticed, the encounter levels scale with you to some degree, but the overall experience needed increases continually, so you have to kill more and more. I'm looking at that Haunter thinking that maybe I can take him because he's Ghost type, I'm Normal type, he can barely hurt me, maybe I'm immune. I decided that's probably not the best idea in case he has some secondary move that's not Ghost type. And I vaguely remember from my first game, maybe 3 or 4 years ago when I first played this, that there's a tower over here that has Ghost Pokemon. And I thought, well, this is great. I can just farm for as long as I want. My Squirrelix knows Bite, so it's super effective. Here's a Duskull right here. Like, it's very strong looking. Don't know why it said that. But then I saw why it said that. Because he's 3 times my level. Tried to run. He could have killed me here if it was an offensive move that was not Ghost. Luckily he used Will-O-Wisp. But I'm a pretty slow learner, so I decided to try that Drifloon. So I decided to try that Drifloon, who is even a higher level. I tried running away from this one too. And couldn't get away again. Luckily he used Spit Up and then doing damage. Got away. Okay, so now I've avoided death twice and succumbed to it once, and I decide that I just need to get out of here. At this point I realize, oh, there's another route that I can go back to. This is Route 1, I believe. And I can go catch a secondary Pokemon, make this run a little bit easier. So I went and caught a Rookidee. For those of you that are wondering how I'm deciding what I catch, I go up to some grass that I see Pokemon in, I back off the screen, and then I just hold a directional button into the grass without looking, and just run into the first thing I run into. It's sort of on an honor system, but that's what I did. So I farmed on some Vanillite. This ended up being a really good Pokemon to farm on, especially Squirrelbit, because one of its only attacking moves was Astonish, which is Ghost type, and he couldn't hurt me. But this still took a very long time. One thing that I messed up on was that first city on the other side of the wild area, Motor Soak. I thought that was the first gym area. I thought when I entered that I would start fighting in the gym. But it's not. It's just like this precursor champion ceremony thing. And by going through that, I could have actually gone on to Route 3 and caught another Pokemon, but I didn't know that. So I'm forming up right now. I rookie DI named Storm Eagle, by the way, from Mega Man, because he's sort of metallic, or will turn metallic once he evolves. I took advantage of Wooper's ground-type moves to gain immunity, so that I could just farm. As I leveled up, the Woopers also leveled up, and they did unlock some water-type moves, so it wasn't 100% foolproof, but it was a lot easier to level up farming Woopers on my Storm Eagle. I did that for a while, got some trees shaking, gathered some berries, and I started saving some Oran berries for Cheeks because his passive ability, I think it's called Stuffed Cheeks actually, lets him eat food twice, which comes in clutch. There we go, okay. So at this point in time, I realize I can go through Motor Soak, and I get my third Pokemon, this Stunky. Then I made it to the mines, and I caught my fourth one, Timber. Stunky I named Venom, and Timber I was going to name Veins, but I pressed B on accident when naming him, so I was going to go to the Pokemon Center to actually name him, and you'll see that he doesn't get to live that far. Storm Eagle levels up and evolves into a bigger bird, which is awesome. Corviknight is actually one of my favorite Pokemon. And here I run into this dude, Mr. Sass. He pulls out Solosis, which is an easy victory for me, because I'm immune to Psychic on Venom. The battle goes on and I start fighting this Hatenna. And he's right before the point of activating my passive, which would allow me to heal all the way, and he kills my Squirrelbit. So Squirrelbit's down, Cheeks 2.0 is gone. I leave, going for my fourth Pokemon, and I run straight into that rock and find a Galarian Meowth. I send in Venom, which is a poor move because he's steel and resists me. He kills my Timber, Veins. All I really have left is Storm Eagle if I want to do much damage to him. At this point I'm just spamming balls trying to keep him in. My last Great Ball. And that's how Ragnar joins my team. Alright. Fast forwarding a little bit. Now I finally enter my first gym. I'm really good at this part of the game, as you can see. I purposely level off the trainers here. I'm leveling Venom up because I want him to do most of the heavy lifting in this gym battle, because Storm Eagle is approaching level 20 quickly, and then he won't obey me anymore. So I need to get Venom strong enough, and see here that Storm Eagle is already 19. And the battle with Milo is about to begin. You know, I did a little bit of prep work. I saw which Pokemon he's going to use. Saw he had 2 grass types, and I wasn't too concerned. I have the battle option set to set, which is unfortunate in these gym battles because it allows them to Dynamax their last Pokemon and pretty much get a free hit off you. But it's not very challenging if you have it set to switch and sort of cheese the game. So Venom didn't have any problem taking out his Gossifleur. And it was time to send out his Eldergross, which, by the way, man, that's such a cool Pokemon. Such a cool sprite. Or model. Alright, here comes out Eldergross. He's a big fluffy boy right now. Got some meaty health. Storm Eagle can take full Dynamax max growth though. He'll be alright. So I sent out Storm Eagle here, and this is what I'm talking about. He gets hit pretty hard, even though he resists grass, but just Dynamax moves are pretty powerful. He had enough to take it. Yeah, so max overgrowth. If that would have crit, that probably actually would have just, well, would have gotten close to killing me. But it would have been nice if I was able to Dynamax him at the beginning of the fight, so the damage would have been less impactful. Even after using a max Airstream, I knew it wasn't enough to kill him, and actually it didn't even take him down to half health. So I purposely used Max Guard on turn 2 to run the clock, make his Dynamax fall off. Then I was able to finish him off with one more Max Airstream. Ironically, I didn't lose any Pokemon from this fight. This is one that I'd been worried about the most so far. But coming up was where that all changes. And that gave me my first gym badge from Milo. Alright, so I let my guard down a little bit after this first gym leader, and I ran into a trainer here. I actually didn't record the whole fight because I just wasn't anticipating this being exciting at all. They had a Helioptile with Thundershock and a Clink with Charge Beam. And one turn they both use electric moves on my Storm Eagle. Took him out, which was awful for me. And Clink here almost swept my entire team, actually. I didn't have any super effective moves to use on steel types, and he was just increasing his special attack over and over and over. In fact, my Venom could hardly even hit him at all because he resists poison, and I had to use normal type moves on him. Luckily, I got a 5-hit combo off on him. You could hear the next turn and start chunking him. Okay, it's 4 this turn, 5 the next. But yeah, Ragnar is trying to do some damage. Not really doing a whole lot. I got a lucky flinch off. I take him down, but at a great loss, unfortunately. Look at that, even after 5 hits, he just tanks it. Yeah, these people were a lot harder for me to beat than Milo. With their fearless leader, Storm Eagle, down, Venom didn't have much will to live, and he died to Aralt's Draining Kiss. And then, it just goes downhill. I decide I need another party member, so I run in there. Run into a Swirlix, and I think, well, I have Ragnar. He's Steel type, he resists Fairy. This should be easy. But I would get in the situation where I'd hit him down with Metal Claw, and then Swirlix would just drain back. And that's a lot of damage for something that's resisted 50% also. So I got him down pretty low, and decided, well, I need to start throwing Pokeballs. I need to catch this or it's going to kill me. And he won't stay in the Pokeball. Getting pretty desperate at this point. And then he kills me with an normal type move. And that ended my entire run. It was fun while it lasted. I should have caught more Pokemon in the beginning, leveled up more effectively, probably played safer. But yeah, I learned a lot and it was a good experience. Hope y'all enjoyed. Oh, let me know if y'all think I should do it again, or do a Nuzlocke in a different way. Thanks.